Hey guys, how are you? Yes, it's morning and we've got the old chucky eggs. Oh yes, brothers. Good morning, Dud.
Morning.
Good morning, Linda.
Morning.
Good morning, people. Oh yes. Well, we've got a gig tonight and Dud's going to do his first show since he's performed in Nashville at the NAMM show. Oh yes. And so we're going to start the day with some chucky eggs, get the old protein going. And so we're going to get down there and do some strutting. So are you looking forward to it, Todd?
Yeah, it's going to be good. Can't wait.
I need you now. You got me on my knees. I'm dreaming you.
What about you, Linda? Do you know what little outfit you're going to be wearing tonight?
I've got two to think about.
You've got two to think out. Is that a bikini or?
Not beginning, no.
No, not bikini, no. So anyway, we're going to do some footage of some guitar playing in the mix. We're going to be, as I say, I was in hospital 6 weeks ago for a few days, as you subscribers will already know. And so it's the first time in 6 weeks that we've played as a band. So we're going to get some footage of that, and you should be rocking. I'm going to be showing you some of my guitar collection, and Dud's going to be asking me some questions about guitars. Okay, so keep watching and stay tuned, and we'll see you in a bit. Rock and roll. Do you know, folks, she's always laughing at me. You're not going to eat all that, are you? You're not going to eat all that. You're not going to put all that in that little mouth of yours, are you? Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. You're going to be doing a lot of dancing tonight, aren't you?
So, Uncle Carlos,
Yo.
tell us all how you first started playing guitar and what your first guitar was.
Well, I was 14 years old, and it was around, it was 1977. Yes, 1977. And I'd been with a school friend. I was 14 years old, and I'd been with a school friend to go and see Status Quo at the Granby Halls in Leicester in December. And on the Rockin' All Over the World tour. And it absolutely blew me away. I couldn't believe how good it was. And I thought, wow, this is fantastic. And then as fate, is probably the word to use, would have it, my father, who very rarely ever went to the pub or bar, probably twice a year, and he came back one evening, about 10 o'clock at night. I was in my gym jams watching TV, and he walked in with a guitar, electric guitar. It was a cheap Japanese guitar, and he says, look what I've just bought for £1. I says, £1? He says, yeah. He says, I just met a guy, and he says, I've got this electric guitar for sale. Anybody want it for £1? So my dad says, I'll have it. So I says, so what are you going to do with it, Dad? And he says, well, I'm going to paint it and sell it for £5. I thought, all right. So I says, can I have it? And he says, what do you want it for? And he says, and I just basically said, well, I'd like to learn to play. Yeah, then he says, there's the guitar. And that was it. And 46 years later, I'm still playing, as you will see tonight. So that was it. I got together with a friend, Alan Fordham, who you've seen in the, you saw. He's got a white cream SG. I think that was it wasn't a Gibson or anything like that. It was probably Columbus. I think my first guitar was a Columbus, and we got together and we jammed together in each other's bedrooms and that, as you know, and listened to all sorts of different music and taught each other different chords. But what I didn't realise was I was playing open tuning, because to my ears I went din 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 din. Well, that sounds about right. Didn't know anything like that because there weren't any electronic tuners around then, and clip-on jobs, as you say. All I got was a little tuning pipe. Okay, that sounds right. And I was tuning it, and it wasn't until about 3 months later that Alan, who was playing a D chord, and I come to play the same D chord that he was doing, and I thought, well, my guitar don't sound anything like what his does, and yet we're both supposedly in tune. And I didn't realise I was using open tuning, naturally. For slide guitar, that's what slide guitar players use, open tuning, for those that don't know. So I had to start all over again, tuning, and anyway, I got the hang of it in the end, and we set up a little band, we'd done our first gig. You never forget your first gig. And the first gig, actually, first proper gig, professional gig, I only had a 5-watt practice amp, and so did Alan. That's all we had. And we had booked this village hall that held about 200 people, 250 people, which was quite a big hall in a little village called Lubingham. And so we hired the gear in, which was £40. Well, I was only on, when I first started work, I was only on £15 a week then. So this was this is a lot of money. So anyway, we always wanted a Marshall combo, so he had this Marshall combo to hire. So I had that, and Alan had the same. We hired the drum kit and the PA system, and thought, oh wow. And 6 people turned up. It was £2 on the door, if I remember rightly. And my mum and dad came, as you do, or as they did. And it was a disaster, and all of a sudden we're in debt. And the guy said, well, I won't pay you, you've hired the gear, it's not my fault, nobody's turned up. God. And anyway, he was really lenient on us, and he says, look, I know it's your first gig. He says, but at the end of the day, I've still got costs, and so make it £30, and I'll give you a month interest free if you can get it together in a month. That's what we all collected together, so we all had part-time jobs, even at that age. And so we paid it back, and then we never looked back. Oh, and then we had the second night. We were a support band. Always good doing support, and it was all the college kids were there, and all the brainy kids, and they were all there with their girlfriends and all gorgeous babes, and there we were, load of greasy slobs. But we went on. They loved what we did. We wrote all our own stuff, and The Magician, a song called The Magician, and stuff like that, and the second gig as support, we were the first one on, then there was 2 others on, but we blew them away, they loved it, so that really was the spark to the future, so that was it.
So from when you first got your first guitar and you did that tuning and you got the buzz for it, did you ever think that you'd still be pushing yourself now to learn new things, and still be learning even now, and still going with it? Did you ever think that you'd still be doing it even then?
No, not at all. No. In fact, if you could look into the future and somebody say, look, you'll still be doing it when you're 56, I'd probably laugh. And
which is the one guitar that you think you've connected with the most? When you've got that, you thought, yes, this is the one.
One puppet.
I already know the answer, but yeah, okay.
There's only one puppet. It's the Gretsch 6120. Let me show you the 6120 that I've regularly played for the last few years and have done God knows how many gigs. But it's the Gretsch. Of all the guitars I own, this is the bad boy. This is it. And let me tell you something, I don't know if this is in tune or not, but let me just tell you briefly. In Crete, we get up to 45, 48 degrees heat this summer. That's a lot of heat. And yes, hands up, I'm in the wrong. But this puppy, I'll have done a gig with it. I haven't been wiping it down like you should do with a rag or a cloth. Shove it in the boot of the car, which is like an oven, and then leave it for a week, and then bring it back out, and it's still in tune, even though it's been boiling. It's boiling so much that this binding has actually come away, but I've since glued it back in. But this, I don't even know if it's in tune. Let me see if it's in tune. So I can touch all that. Let me see if this bad boy is in tune. It might not be, I don't know. But this is after a gig. I've not played this for 6 weeks. It's not far off, is it? Oh, it is in tune now. So this has been in the boot of my car for 6 weeks in 42, 45 degree heat after a gig, and it's still it's in tune. How cool is that? That's a Gretsch for you. But it's absolutely shit up to high heaven. That's it, just all the kids there, that's it. It's absolutely shit up to high heaven. But this, you can see the sweat, look. See the sweat? See all the sweat there? Yeah, it's a SVLO model. Well, the muck.
Oh, that's from your cigarettes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's from my cigarettes. And the sweat. You can see the sweat.
Carl Action sweat on there.
Yeah. The old Las Vegas dice, well, Monopoly dice actually. And there's my volume knob. And that's we were playing this puppy tonight. So it's still in tune now. I could quite easily do a gig with this tonight without even tuning it up.
No wonder you don't need a tuner.
I don't need to. No, it's an absolutely awesome guitar, and this is the puppy that I would always try and get out the house if there was ever a fire. That would be the baby, because it's just the most awesome guitar. And what you don't, what you with the hollow body, you can, when you're resting it against your body when you're playing, you can feel the vibe and the mojo going through your body. Whereas with a solid guitar, like a Strat, or a Telecaster, or a Les Paul, you don't get that. It's just a solid piece of wood. And it was a beast to try and tame to begin with. I couldn't believe it, especially through a Marshall stack that I used to use with the medics and stuff.
Was it in terms of the feedback that it was hard to...
Yeah, the feedback, yeah. But then once you found the sweet spot on the stage, you could really use that feedback to your own advantage. Yeah. And absolutely whack the hell out of it, but it's there all the time. No, it's never ever, touch wood, I've got wood here, touch wood, it's never let me down. So that's the story of the Gretsch, buddy. And it sounds awesome. You listen to this puppy now, you just listen to this. You listen to it. Is it bearing in mind that this is straight from out of the boot of the car. So what guitar do you know that will spend 6 weeks in an oven after a gig? So that's 3 hours of serious hammer, and then spend 6 weeks in an oven in the boot of the car in 42 to 45 degree heat, and then brought out of the boot and it's still in tune. What guitar do you know would do that?
It's amazing, mate.
How crazy is that? Hi guys, well we're on the way to the gig. Oh yes, we've got Linda Lou's in the back, all dressed up and ready to thrill. Tina Turner outfit. And of course we've got Dud ready to perform his first gig in Crete for 3 years.